Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, The Cutest Little Thing, Upcycle with Andrea. I am Andrea, and I thank you so much for hopping on to watch this video today. If you enjoy thrift flips, DIYs, home decor, upcycling, and all of the things, then you are at the right place. If you like what you see today, I hope that you will hit that like button, even subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and maybe even share it out with a friend who you think will like it too. You can also find me on Facebook and TikTok. Follow me there as well. Alright, let's get started with our projects for today. For this project, I have some cut up spindles. Some I already had that I had painted and distressed for the 4th of July. And then some I went out and I just cut some. I had like this railing piece that I just cut into pieces. So I'm painting these different colors for Christmas. I have red here. This is the color Crimson in the Waverly. And then I also paint some of them plaster in the Waverly as well. Covering up this blue, I had to do 2 coats, but the ones that I painted red over red, I just pretty much touched up or just did 1 light coat, and then painting white over white, same thing. I just pretty much touched them up. Some I had to do 1 full coat. And what I'm doing here, I am making ornaments for the Christmas tree. So I have some ribbon here, some different kinds. I got this from Hobby Lobby. I got this Merry Christmas one from Hobby Lobby. And the green and the red that I showed first, I ordered that off of Amazon. I can include the link for that ribbon. And I just cut my ribbon into strips. I also have burlap here. I usually order my burlap ribbon from Amazon, not unless I just pick some up at Walmart or, or the dollar store. But usually I order off of Amazon, so I'll include that link as well. And I'm just getting a lot of ribbon strips cut. This fabric here, this is hand spun fabric. I ordered this from Walmart. I love this fabric. It comes in pre-cut squares, and I like to just take my scissors and snip the end, and then I can just tear it into strips, whatever width I need them. And so see, I'm just getting some different colors put together, just making those crisscross messy bows, tying those ribbons together, and embellishing. I got the little rusty jingle bells that I'm hot gluing in the center. And then I am taking my sandpaper and distressing back some of that paint just to give them that distress look, just brushing off, some of that paint. These are so fun to make, and they are super cute on your Christmas tree for a primitive look or a rustic look or a country farmhousey look. I think they are super cute. And then I had these half beads. I also embellished some of the bows with them. Like this one, I chalk painted black, where I used black and white on this one. Look how cute that is. And I did them all different ways. I used different colors, different little styles, different ribbons. Like this one, I was trying to keep it red and white. And look at these cute little snowmen. I got a pack of these from Hobby Lobby. And I also got a pack of Santa ones and golden glitter reindeer. And those were really cute. And I think they were $2.99, and then Christmas was 50% off. So, I mean, that was a really good deal for those. And they're just super cute to embellish with. You can see how I'm making a little loop there with my jute string to make a hanger to be able to hang them on your Christmas tree. I just took that jute string when I would hot glue around, and I just went around and around several times, and then I made a loop up and came back down and hot glued it there for the loop. And look how good these turned out, guys. I love them. I think they are super cute. A super cute addition for your Christmas tree. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of these. For this wood project, I have these 3 pieces of 4x4 post. I had previously used these for pumpkins, and you can see the little hole there drilled in the top was where the little pumpkin stem went. So I'm ready to revamp these for Christmas, and I'm going in with the color Plaster in the Waverly. Since these were already white, it's not taking, you know, a lot of paint or full coverage to get these covered, but I do end up doing 2 coats for good measure, just to make sure I get, you know, all those imperfections covered. And as you can see here, I am dipping my paintbrush into water. That just helps that paint spread more evenly. Especially with certain wood, the paint, especially chalk paint, just wants to soak up in to that wood. And by dipping your brush into water, or sometimes I'll take a water bottle and just sort of spritz it over the area, it just helps that paint glide on more evenly and smoothly. Now, as you can see here, my wood was trying to crack on me. I was going to wrap these in ribbon, so I just was sure I wrapped it right over that crack to hide that imperfection. You couldn't see that. And this ribbon is some I purchased off of Amazon. I love it. It's the burlap with the buffalo check in the center. And I just went on each side of that ribbon and applied hot glue. And then I just spread that onto my piece of wood. I just press that glue down where it would even out over that surface. And I just went all the way around, just making sure to keep that ribbon straight, because it would try to kind of pull to one side and be crooked. So you have to make sure you just kind of carefully place that ribbon nice and straight. And it didn't matter if the top was completely covered, because I am going to embellish these with a big bow on top, so that will not be seen, and that will also cover up where the stem was on top when it was a pumpkin. So I'm just taking some burlap here and cutting into strips. I'm also taking some buffalo plaid fabric, and I have this mesh here that I got from Hobby Lobby that I've just kind of pieced together into a bow form. And now I'm just crisscrossing those other pieces that I cut on top of that, along with those fabric pieces. And I also had some lace, some of that white lace. If you hang out with me very much, you know that I love that lace. I get it off of Amazon. It's really like an ivory color. And I embellished in the very center with that pine cone. I thought that would add a little rustic touch since we're working with a wooden piece here. And I get those mini pine cones off of Amazon. I will include that link in the description below. I did decide I wanted ribbon going around the other side. Initially, I was just going to do ribbon going on one side, but I decided to go ahead and cut the ribbon to go around the other side as well. So there would be ribbon on all four sides of our little wooden present here. And I just did the same technique. I just applied that hot glue on each side of that ribbon, pressing it down firmly onto the piece of wood. See, I got it crooked there, so I quickly lifted that up before that glue had time to set too long. And I just redid it and got that ribbon nice and straight on that side. And I think these pieces of wood measured 6, 8, and 10 inches. They were all about 2 inches apart, small, medium, and large. If you are needed, which you can make them any size, all sizes that you would like. But I thought that was a really good size for like tabletop decor. If you need to cut your wood, that would be some good measurements to go by. And now I'm just placing that bow we made on top. I had this buffalo plaid that I just left whole without cutting it. I did do the dovetail technique, and I just laid that flat across there, and I hot glued it down so it would stay. And that just sort of gave me a surface there for my bow to stick to when I hot glued it. I just felt that hot glue would hold better onto that fabric versus onto that wood. And then it also gave me a little platform for that bow. And you could see, you know, it just kind of put all that together, that bow there. It completed it. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Couldn't get my words. So we're just going to do the same technique we did with the others. And guys, look how good this turned out. I love these wooden presents. Let me know what you think. I had this sleigh in my stash. I thrifted it this summer for $2.99. I'm just going in and taking off this old ribbon and lace. It was just hot glued along those edges there. I'm going to give it a good cleaning and get those price stickers off. A good thing I like to use, a lot of times the price stickers will come off just by scratching them off with my fingernail, but sometimes I have to use rubbing alcohol. So I'm going in with some antique wax in the Waverly, and I did water that down. My first thought was to just make a stain with that antique wax and apply it to this to the sleigh, and I was going to just leave it the wood color. But the more antique wax I brushed on, the more clear to me it came that it was bringing out a lot of imperfections that I did not like in the wood. So I decided to go in with red chalk paint. I'm using the color Crimson in the Waverly. And I ended up doing 2 coats of that. And I let the first coat dry completely before moving on to apply that second coat. And then I let that dry completely. This wood was really rough, so it seemed to be soaking in that paint. So I did keep dipping my paintbrush into a little bowl of water just to thin that paint a little bit, and it went on much more smoothly and easier. That paint kind of moved around better on that wooden surface by watering it down just a little bit. And I just went ahead and painted the entire sleigh. Now I'm just going to fill that sleigh with some goodies. I had this cute little snowman, and I lifted him up a little bit with that foam block there. And I added this piece of flock garland. I was just kind of placing everything first, getting it how I liked it. And then I'll go back in and secure everything with hot glue and wires and picks and things like that. And by having that foam block in there with the snowman sitting on, I could also just, I was able to stick those picks in that as well, fastening that garland there. I had these little mini pine cones. I get these off of Amazon, and I just went and hot glued those onto that garland because I wanted to add just a little something else to that garland. I wanted to make a bow, so I took this red and black buffalo check ribbon that I had. I cut that into strips. I had some burlap, some black and white buffalo plaid. I had some lace, and I just put all that ribbon together, all those ribbon strips, kind of crisscrossing them, tied it together with jute string. And on that top ribbon, it had some little garland and berries on that. So I thought one of those little mini pine cones would be cute, hot glued to the center of that. I wanted to add a tag as well. I have these little labels I purchased off of Etsy, and they're just a sheet full of little Christmas songs and sayings and things like that. And I chose Dashing Through the Snow, since it is the sleigh. I thought it went, with that song. I thought it was a cute touch. And I just Mod Podged that to that tag and just distressed around it with the antique wax. After that dried, I added that onto my bow. Oh, and I have this cute little present I got from Walmart for like $1.28 or something like that, $1.48. And I added that. I thought that was cute, like a present in the sleigh. Just trimming those jute strings off, and I decided I wanted to add that bow to the side of the sleigh, so I just hot glued it there onto the side. Just trimming those little strips up, those little strings. And y'all, look how cute this turned out. I love this little sleigh. I think it is adorable. Thanks for joining me for this, and let me know what you think.